So throughout the years, the Baltimore Ravens have been regarded as one of the best drafting teams in all of the NFL. And that comes in part with having Ozzie Newsome as your general manager. But today I thought it'd be a fun idea to go through the EDC era of Baltimore Ravens drafts and see which one was the best. So let's start way down all the way in 2018, which was technically the transition year from Ozzie Newsome being the GM to Eric DeCosta being the GM. So this is regarded as Ozzie Newsome's final drafts. So he technically had a part in this, but I wanted to include it because this was such a fun draft class for the Ravens. So starting with the 25th pick in the first round, Hayden Hurst. So a lot of people don't remember that Lamar Jackson wasn't the first pick that the Ravens had in the first round. They traded with the Eagles to come back into the first round to get Lamar Jackson. And before they drafted him, they got Hayden Hurst. Now, this is a very interesting pick because I feel like Hayden Hurst might still be on the team if it wasn't for later a certain name got picked up in the third round. But we'll get to him in just a second. So obviously Hayden Hurst goes first. Lamar Jackson second, Orlando Brown Jr. is third. That is, so we got bust, boom, boom, Mark Andrews, boom. Now take away everything that, because I know he's a very controversial name to talk about right now, right? But when you think about his career as a whole, Mark Andrews is a boom, right? Anthony Averett in the fourth round, that was a decent pick at the time. Kenny Young, he didn't really turn out to be anything. Then we got a pair of wide receivers, Jaleel Scott and Jordan Lasley. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, Jordan Lasley was a name that we heard a lot in training camp. But whenever it came to anything on the actual football field, crickets. The dude didn't exist. So those were those two wide receivers, pretty forgetful. Deshaun Elliott at safety, that was a pretty good pick. Don't even remember who the hell this guy was. Never heard of him in my life. Bradley Bozeman, that was a great pick. And Zach Seisler, don't remember him either. But overall, this was a pretty solid draft class. I mean, outside of Hayden Hurst being drafted over Lamar, you still got Lamar Jackson, Orlando Brown Jr., who's one of the top tackles in the league, Mark Andrews, Anthony Averett was pretty decent. Deshaun Elliott is still the safety for the Steelers now. And Bradley Bozeman was a solid center. So if we had to look at this draft, I mean, they drafted Lamar Jackson. It's got to be an A. And that's why I wanted to start with this class, because when you draft a player like Lamar Jackson, this class is automatically an A. And then you add players like Orlando Brown, Mark Andrews, Bradley Bozeman. It's an A. This was a slam dunk draft class right here. Next up in 2019, we've got Marquise Brown in the first round. Woo! I miss him. At the time, this was regarded as a pretty good pick. You can look back. Let's see what receivers were still on the board when we took Marquise Brown. So Deebo Samuel, Cortland Sutton, and I know DK Metcalf was still on the board as well. Now, out of all those names, I would have loved to have DK Metcalf. I'm a huge DK Metcalf guy, but in hindsight, it's okay. I'm happy with the pick. I mean, Lamar Jackson was very happy with the pick. I'm sure if you're a true Ravens fan, you would remember him posting a video on his story, jumping around his room, all excited that we got Marquise Brown when we drafted him. So that was a decent pick at the time. Jalen Ferguson, that was a decent pick. Miles Boykin, he was okay. He was a big piece in 2019, wasn't he? Yeah, I think because it was mainly just Marquise Brown. We had, what's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Marquise Brown, Willie Snead, and Miles Boykin. That was your wide receiver room in Lamar's MVP year. Wow. And Miles Boykin, he didn't really do too much. Does it show? I don't know if this might have been his stats at Notre Dame. So then we got Justice Hill. That was a really sneaky pick at the time too, because he is still on the team. Just got extended last year. So that was a really good pick. Ben Powers, he was solid at the time. Iman Marshall, don't really hear about him. Dalen Mack, who the hell is that? And, Trace McSorley. Overall, this draft class, we could give this class a C. I think C is pretty fair for this one because Marquise Brown was good value at the time. Now, if he would have stuck around, maybe it would have been better, but he was solid when we had him. Might have had a little bit of a drop issue, but that's the main pick. Jalen Ferguson was decent. Miles Boykin, kind of a bust pick. Justice Hill really turned out pretty good. Trace McSorley didn't really turn out to be anything. I mean, he would have just been a backup anyway. But he didn't really need to get used that much. And when we used him, he got injured. So that's kind of a bleh. So, does it warrant a C? I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm going with C. Moving up to 2020, this was an interesting draft class. We got Patrick Queen in the first round. Wow. Now, this guy was a slow burner, and it wasn't until Roquan came in that he really started to find his footing. But I still view this as a solid pick, even if it took him a couple years to get off the ground running. Then we got J.K. Dobbins in the second round. That was a solid pick as well. Now, he also had quite a extensive injury history, but when he was healthy, J.K. Dobbins was that guy. Nnamdi Madubuike, oh man, what a dog. What a dog to have on your defensive line. I mean, wasn't he the sack leader in 2022, 2023? It was 23, wasn't it? Devin Duvernay was solid on special teams. Malik Harrison, fairly solid. Tyree Phillips, didn't really hear too much about him. I don't know who Ben Bredson is. Broderick Washington, I heard he was okay. James Prochet. Let's just pretend we didn't even draft that guy. Geno Stone is what we ended with. This solid class right here. I would give this class, I'd give them a B. I'd give them a B because these are some really big names here. Patrick Queen, starting linebacker for the Steelers. J.K. Dobbins, I mean, still kind of shaky with the injuries, but still a solid player. Nnamdi Madubuike, that's a slam dunk pick in the third round. Devin Duvernay, he was a really good special teamer for us. Geno Stone is a starting safety on the Bengals. This is a B class. This is a really solid class right here, guys. Moving up to 2021, we drafted Rashad Bateman and Odafe Owe in the first round. Now, let's start with Bateman. Bateman was also one of those that had a shaky injury history. And then it wasn't until 2023 that he started to find his footing, and he finally broke out this last year. So I think he's starting to find his value, and it just took a long time for us to find that in him, right? Odafe Owe is another guy that's really interesting. He's really one of our only edge players that we have currently. It's really only him and Kyle Van Noy that you hear about. David Ojabo is also in that list, but really the only two names that you hear about is Owe and Van Noy. So we're still kind of awaiting a breakout from him. Ben Cleveland is a solid depth piece that we picked up. Brandon Stevens, I can't believe we drafted this guy. No, in all honesty, he was solid up until this last year. For whatever reason, this past year, he just shit the bed. But, yeah, that's Stevens. Tylan Wallace is another decent one that we took in the fourth round. Now, he hasn't really had too much opportunity, but when he's given the opportunity, that man always proves his worth. Sean Wade, literally, I'm pretty sure we traded him to the Patriots before the season even started, so that's an F pick. Dalen Hayes, I remember hearing his name, nothing good though, and Ben Mace. So those last three names, we can just forget we even drafted them. I would give this class a C as well. Moving up to 2022, this was the year that we got shocked with the Marquise Brown trade, and we traded him to the Cardinals for a first round pick. Now, just remember, EDC got a first round pick for Marquise Brown. I mean, that's pretty solid. And what did we get from it? We got Kyle Hamilton. Now, Kyle Hamilton, that came from us having one of our worst seasons statistically during the Lamar Jackson era. So we had already had pick number 14 locked in, and we traded back in with the 25th pick to get Tyler Linderbaum. So that first round was a slam dunk by EDC because we got obviously a unicorn in Kyle Hamilton in the first round, and we got our starting center, who I hope we keep around for a very long time, in Linderbaum. Now, we drafted David Ojabo in the second round. He came out of Michigan with Jim Harbaugh. And then you got to remember we had Mike McDonald as our defensive coordinator starting this year. So he was another one where there was a lot of promise attached to him, but he just hasn't really done too much with it. So he's another player we're still kind of waiting on a breakout from. Travis Jones has been a really solid piece. Daniel Falele is, he's all right. Jalen Armour-Davis, we can just kind of forget about him. Charlie Kohler is fairly solid. Jordan Stout, we needed to get a punter somehow. I'm pretty sure this is the year Sam Cook retired. So needed a punter, got one. Isaiah Likely in the fourth round. Woo! What a dog. I mean, just look at this guy. What a freaking dog. And after Likely, Williams and Batty. Also just very forgettable. Okay, here's what we're going to do. If I'm going to give 2022 a C, I'm going to go back and give 2019 a D. That's what we're going to do. We're going to change the grades. 2019, D. 2022, C. Outside of the first round, we're still waiting on a lot of breakout from these guys here. Still waiting on a lot of breakout. Now, if you guys are enjoying this video, please remember to press that like button and drop a comment down below. What was your favorite Baltimore Ravens draft class? And if the Ravens aren't your favorite team, let me know who your favorite team is and what your favorite draft class was from them. Now, I'm a new channel, so engagement really helps me grow. So hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and leaving a comment down below will really help me push myself in the algorithm. So thank you guys very much, and let's move on into 2023 with Zay Flowers in the first round. Look, I'm wearing the number 4 right now. I'm wearing the number 4 right now. Oh, now this is the year that we picked up Odell as well. So to have Zay Flowers in the first round, whoo, I was hyped. We also got Trenton Simpson in the third round. He's another one we're kind of still waiting on the breakout from. Last year he had a shot. The year before we still had Patrick Queen. So in 2023, it was Patrick Queen, Roquan Smith. This year, this past season, he got benched, if I remember correctly, for who I can't remember who the other linebackers were. But it's okay. He's still got some time to break out. He's a young player coming out of Clemson. And what we did see from him in 2023 was he does have that dog in him. So I'm hoping that just with time, he'll develop into a decent player. Tavius Robinson, I haven't really heard too much about him. Caillou Blue Kelly, forget him. I don't even know who this Lalu guy is. I'm not going to lie. Never heard his name in my life. Guess we got him from Oregon in the 6th round. And then Andrew Voorhees in the 7th round. Now, that was a solid pick as well. Overall, I'm feeling another C here, guys. I'm feeling another C. This wasn't a very big class, and we're still waiting on players like Trenton Simpson and Andrew Voorhees to break out, but Flowers was a slam dunk. So, yeah. Right now, I'm giving this a C. Now, it all depends on how Simpson and Voorhees do. If Simpson and Voorhees don't turn out to be anything good, this is easily a D or an F. And it also depends on Zay Flowers. But Zay Flowers, you got to remember, he's the Ravens' first wide receiver to make the Pro Bowl. So that in itself warrants at least a C. So I'm feeling pretty solid with the C grade on this one. And that takes us to last year. Now, it's still kind of early for this year to put a grade on it, but I mean, let's just shoot for it. We got Nate Wiggins in the first round. Loved this pick. I hope we draft another corner this year. And let me know if you guys want to see this. I could do a mock draft the week before the draft if you guys would like to see that. Roger Rosengarten in the 2nd round. I love that pick as well. Adisa Isaac, love it. Devontae Walker, Love it. TJ Tampa, I really hope we see some more of him this year. Rasheen Ali, that's where I start throwing the question marks at. I mean, I get it because Keaton Mitchell was coming off of his, was it an ACL tear? So to have that depth there, we really needed it. But I don't really think we're going to end up using Ali that much because Keaton Mitchell is back to full health now. We extended Justice Hill, and obviously we got the King Henry. So that just really doesn't leave that much room for Ali. So I really don't see him panning out to be much, at least on the Ravens. Devin Leary, not going to see very much of him either because we just got Cooper Rush. So I feel like he's another name we're not really going to hear that much anymore. Nick Samek, another one we probably won't hear too much of. And Sanusi Kane. Again, don't really know him. So this draft class is like the bar starts up here, and as you get in those later rounds, after past round 5, nothing. So Wiggins, Rosengarten, Isaac, Walker, Tampa. Those are your big 5 right there. Right now, I'm going to leave this class with a B. Because you never know. For whatever reason, the King could get hurt, Justice Hill could get hurt, and then it's up to Keaton Mitchell and Rasheen Ali, and then he's got his opportunity right there. So you never know. You never know. Lamar Jackson could get hurt. Cooper Rush could also get hurt. And that would give Devin Leary a chance to come in. So it really all comes down to injuries for these final 4 down here. And that is every single Baltimore Ravens draft class of the EDC era. So what do you guys think? How do you think EDC's done so far? Overall, I'd say you can really see the differences between him and Ozzie Newsome. I feel like outside of the draft as well, EDC is a lot more aggressive when it comes to going out and getting players. I mean, we signed Odell. We overpaid for him, admittedly. But, I mean, he's not afraid to spend that money on a player if we're really going all in. And I really admire that about him. But overall, I've really liked his draft so far, and I'm excited to see what he's got cooking this year. Now, before we get out of here, I wanted to share you guys a very special video. I got to meet a certain Ravens wide receiver this past weekend. So I did a little bit of vlogging. I wanted to throw those clips in here today so you guys could see them. But before we do, thank you guys for watching. And remember, engagement helps me a lot. So please press that like button and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of vlog action for you on this nice and cloudy, rainy Sunday morning. Today, we are going to Chantilly, Virginia for the CSA shows, which happens, I think it's annually. I don't know. I went a couple years ago, but I just did not vlog it. And today, we are going to be meeting a certain Ravens wide receiver. So stick around. Well, you've probably seen it in the title, knowing me. But I'm taking you along on this journey. It's going to be a fun day. Let's get right into it. So not only does it look like it's about to piss down rain, but we've also hit some traffic. Oh! I'm getting nervous, y'all. I was already kind of cutting it close, so let's hope we make it in time. No, don't stop! Don't stop! What do you mean by that? We're all geared up. We're headed in. This place is packed, y'all. I had to park across the street at the Walmart just to find a freaking parking spot. And it's raining. So let's go. Check this out. So we just walked in. We made it, y'all. Look at all these vendors in here. So this is the man we're here for today. I paid online, so I get this nice little thingy here. Check it out, the refund policy. Let's get it. So these are all the players here today. Check this out, y'all. This is so I gotta make my way over to the photo booth. That's where the photo ops are gonna be taken. Waiting for the man to break the record. That's how important this game is. They got it on in the convention. And there's a crowd. But me and my roommate were saying we kind of want them to wait and break it when they're at home next week. So we gonna see. These helmets here are so sick. I've always loved this design. This one as well. They got Ray Lewis. Ooh, this one's so clean. Let's see if we have 450. This one over here. Look at all this. All the signed helmets. They got mini ones too. Look at all that. Who's this up here? Oh. No, I don't. Here we go. Check out the signed jerseys. They got the double hander. 2 for 2, big 22. 300. Oh my God. We are currently in line. Look at all the Zays, all the Ravens. Come on. Time to get that flick. So unfortunately couldn't get a video of the event. But mission accomplished, my friends. I'm not gonna lie. The whole process might have only lasted like 30 seconds, but 30 seconds is a long time for me. So, 'cause I'm a quick guy. I'm in and out, if you know what I mean. But ladies and gentlemen, mission accomplished. We met the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Joystick, with your boy, and the Ravens chain. So now the next course of action is to keep looking around for some deals. I mean, we've gotten a couple stuff. I haven't really vlogged too much, just because it's kind of weird. I'm not really used to vlogging in public, but I mean, yeah, we're just out here looking for good deals. So officially just met Zay Flowers, and I dapped the man up twice. 2 times I dapped the man up. So that's pretty sick. I'm still in shock. I really shouldn't be though. I mean, considering I paid $80 to do this, so it's like, shouldn't be a shocker. But last time I came to one of these was for Marquise Brown, and his bitch ass just had to cancel like a couple hours before the photo shoot. So I'm honestly just in shock that the man's actually showed up, because with my luck with these things, it never works out. So to actually have a physical photo of evidence of me with an NFL player, come on, I'll take that all day. Yeah, you can tell I'm from the country. Look at all that pollen. Ugh, yucky. Shoo! I really met Zay Flowers. Oh my God. So not only did I just meet Zay Flowers, but I dapped the man up twice. 2 times. Once when I walked in the booth, and once when I exited the booth. And I dapped him up both times. Uno, dos. Twice! I can't wash this hand anymore. I can't. Look at me cheesing. I'm all excited. Oh my God, he's right next to me. He's pointing up. Oh my God. Oh, look at that. Oh, ah. While we're out here, I guess I can show you guys the slabs that I picked up today. And I wasn't going to do any slabs at all, but then I saw this Isaiah Likely, and I was like, you know what? I do want some Likely. And he sold it to me for 20, actually. So I don't know who this company is. SGC? I mean, but hey, it's a Likely die cut, 9, something for the personal collection. Then this little Flacco, I don't have any Flacco in the collection. So I said, you know what? Let's just throw him in there. I picked up some other stuff here too. That's a little Pokemon. Nate Wiggins, just a bunch of different parallels. But, oh, I met Zay Flowers. Oh my God.